Okay, he says, what I like so much about what you do is it's new and a super compelling way of telling stories. Can you talk a little bit about how you first started doing that when you ended up on the SMP server? Can I just say before we carry on though, just to sort of ease the nerds in the room, me and Ranboo are massive fans of analog horror. We love that kind of stuff, right? The journey from where we were waiting to here was the most backrooms, yellow lighting, and Ranboo just kept nudging me, going, well, it's backrooms, guys, it's backrooms. But yeah, I forgot the question. Do you remember the question?
I think it was like, how did I start doing storytelling?
Yeah, can you talk about how you first started doing that when you ended up on the SMP side?
Well, basically, I had no idea how to begin my lore and everything when I started. I remember I was like, okay, so it's kind of like casual, or it's just I'm getting into it more with like Tommy and everything when I burnt down George's house. And then yeah, that's gonna be really odd if no one watches the dream this.
He's a pyromaniac.
Probably. If this thing didn't work out, I mean.
So for those of you that don't know, an SMP is a survival multiplayer server on the game Minecraft, and it's where me and Ranboo sort of had our highest peak so far, at least.
Yeah,
it's been our it's how I met him. It's how we became such close friends, and so that's what it was. And Ranboo joined a little bit after me. And his original start was you were a bit more of a slow burn into it, even though you had your, how many 1,000-word doc for your lore, for your backstory?
I forget how much, but I was just it was after the first actual stream where I was just oh, I could actually do a cool lore thing.
Yeah.
Was I played a survival game with Charlie Slimesicle. So then afterward I was like, all right guys, let's chill. And then I didn't see where I placed a certain book. And then I was just like, okay, what if I made this an entire thing? And then I just started freaking out, I acting like I was freaking out, and then I just abruptly went, and I just started writing down okay, this is what I'm doing so far, this is what I'm going to do, this is what could potentially happen. But then also when you plan out a lot of lore and everything, especially on that kind of server, and I realized that really quickly is that plans can change really, really fast. Someone doing some random thing on their stream once can offset entirely an entire paragraph of that document.
Yeah.
Right? So I kind of overplanned in the beginning, and then I kind of had to reel it back in a little bit. Where I was just okay, maybe we should take it a little bit more casually, but still kind of planned.
Exactly. And this backstory sort of fiction-driven server that we used to play on sort of grew into a very rich tapestry of basically, which was just fiction in Minecraft. It was just a continuous story being told out through a very interesting medium, and I feel that was what really got people hooked. It was such an interesting medium, and we were enjoying it so much, and still are. And yeah, that's good. Was that intimidating for you at all? That transition into the Twitch space and to where you are now?
Yeah, wait, did you say the transition from
if you excuse the words, nothing to everything. You said it yourself, 0 followers to millions.
Yeah,
how was that?
I would say that it was intimidating, and I'd say a lot of it still is, but I remember in the very, very beginning, being I was so excited about everything. I'd be constantly checking. I had the social blade ticker basically on my other monitor at all times, and I just watch it.
Healthy.
It wasn't. It was not healthy at all.
And do that.
Don't check things, especially because when you start to see them go down, seeing them go up is really, really good, and you feel really happy about it. But then the moment that they start to go down, you will start feeling really sad. But basically in the beginning I was oh, this is so cool, I'm going here, oh wow, I have more subscribers than this person that I used to watch, that's crazy. And then I realized that there are a lot of cons to content creation that no one tells you about and that no one really prepares you for. Well, basically on Twitter you can search up what people think about you. Right? And on every social media you can search up what people think about you, and especially the way that you can fall into the trap of obsessively checking it is you're just oh, I'm just getting feedback, or I'm just getting someone's critiques on my stream and everything. When in reality it's just a bunch of random people just saying stuff about you that they are like saying like a passing thought that you're taking a lot more to heart. So having to deal with that as well is like what was really difficult to deal with, and it's like still even like it's something that like no one can really like prepare you for, that kind of thing, where you're suddenly like thrown into, here are all these people, they will be watching you, they will tell you their opinion on you, whether you like it or not. It's gonna happen, and you just kind of have to deal with it. Like, you're gonna have all these people like constantly watching your every move. Like, well, there's a lot of people that only specifically watch you just to see if you will mess up, so that they can get their like instant kind of gratification of like, there it is.
Exactly, and I think the important thing to remember is that the majority of these people are the minority. They are the small group of vocal people, because the average person who watches your content will not say a word. You know, they won't reach out to you, they won't even comment, they may not even hit like. They just watch it and enjoy it, and then when asked, hey, do you enjoy Ranboo? They'll go, yeah, or no. Either way, no. the ones going out of their way to ridicule you, and for any of you looking to sort of get involved in the Twitch and YouTube space, if they're looking to ridicule you as well, you need to realize which part of it is the vocal minority and which part of it is worth listening to. And there is some parts worth listening to. Not all of everything you see that's negative about you is hate.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be a good thing to take that on board, especially what I found, especially talking to Tommy, was that Tommy's another YouTube creator who we work closely with. The thing about it is that normally the most educational space for it will be your comment section, because it'll have your majority fan base giving feedback. And obviously, again, don't go looking out for the hate, but you can usually use that as a good litmus test for the majority of thinking, not Twitter, not Tumblr, not Reddit, especially not Reddit. Yeah. Oh, very interesting.